Hello everyone. Today I'm going to discuss about one of the most important topic within the object-oriented programming language, that is the polymorphism. Here, polymorphism means ability to take more than one form. Means a single object can perform the multiple operations. Poly means many. Morphism means there is a forms. There is a many forms. Here, suppose if you consider one operator, that is an addition. Suppose for that addition operator, if you are providing the two numbers, those are the integer numbers 10 and 20, you will get the one result, that is the 30 is the integer value here. Suppose for the same operator, if you are providing the two values, those values are considered as a string type of the data. And you will get the one more result, that is a concatenation result will be displayed here. For example, this one is the ABC XYZ. Means a single operator is performing the multiple formats. If you are providing the integer number, then it will perform the addition. If you are providing the string type of the data, then it will perform the concatenation operation here. This feature is considered as a polymorphism. And within the polymorphism, we are having the two types. One is the compile time polymorphism and second one is the runtime polymorphism. Here, if the structure is checked at the time of compiling your application, suppose if you are creating the one structure, if that structure is checking at the compilation time, then that feature is considered as a compile time polymorphism. And if the structure is checking at the runtime, while executing your application, if that structure is checked, then that feature is considered as a runtime polymorphism. And one best example for the compile time polymorphism, that is method overloading concept here. Method overloading means within the single class, if you are creating the more than one function with the same name, a single class can contains the multiple methods. If those methods are having the same name and different parameter list, here that parameter list is performing in three different formats. Suppose type of the parameter can be changed, or number of parameters can be changed, and third one is that position of the parameter can be changed here. Method name is same and different parameter list. Based on these three formats, we can implement the method overloading concept here. For example, if you are creating the one class, here it is a class bank is the one user defined class. And within this class, for example, if you are creating the one function, here public void deposit is a one function. For example, if you are creating the one function, there is a function name is deposit. And suppose if you are creating the one more function, again public void, again we are providing the same name, that is deposit. And once you provide that same name within the single class, and parameter list is also same, because those two functions are having the same parameters, because those are not having any parameters currently, and function name is same. Here This structure will be checked at the compilation time here. Currently, we are getting the one red line indication here that is considered as a member already declared with the same parameter types here. And suppose if you are creating the some parameters, for example, this one is considered as an integer amount is one variable. Now these two functions are having the same name and those functions are having the different parameter list here. First function having the one single parameter and the second function not having any parameters. There are zero parameters here. And suppose if you are providing the one more parameter into the second function, for example, if you are providing the another parameter, but type of the parameter is same here and number of parameters is also same and the position of the parameter is also same, then directly you will get the again error message. That's a compilation error here. In this situation, we can provide the different parameter list here. Here we are providing the one more variable. For example, this one is considered as a string type of the data. For example, account type is the one more parameter. Now, both functions are valid functions because the first function having the only single parameter and second method is considered as a two parameters here. One is the integer type of the data, another one is a string type of the data here. Means a single name performing the different operations. Deposit is a single name, and if you are providing the single integer value, that will perform the one operation. Suppose if you are providing the one integer value, another one is a string type of the data, in that situation, it will perform the another operation. For example, just we are printing some results here. Console dot write line. Just we are printing that amount deposited deposited and just we are printing that result amount variable. And in the second statement also we are printing the same operation. Console dot write line amount deposited, that particular amount value, and we are performing the some values here. Next we are printing the one more result into the into count type. Concatenate that account type here. And these two functions are created within the one class, that is a bank class. And within the main function, we are creating the object. Here is the bank. B is equals to new bank. And with the help of that B object, we are calling the deposit function. Here, suppose if you are providing the 2000 rupees, if you are providing the 2000 rupees as a parameter, once you execute this particular application, then directly it will execute only first function here. Just execute the application, then directly it will execute that first function. Amount deposited, that is a 2000 rupees. And suppose if you are providing the one more parameter, suppose there's a string type of the data here. For example, it is a string type of the data, saving account. Saving account. Then again run the application. Directly it will execute the second function here. Amount deposited 2000 rupees into saving account. Means a single name performing the multiple operations. Deposit is the same name, the function name is same and a different parameter list. This feature is considered as a compile time polymorphism. Suppose if this function is also having the string type of the data here, string, again same account type, directly we will get the compilation error here. In this situation, we can provide the another type of the data, means number of parameters or position of the parameters can be differentiate those two types of the functions here. For example, first we are providing the string type of the data, and secondly we are providing the integer type of the data here. Again, this is also a valid function. Here, currently, both the functions are having the two parameter. The first parameter is a string type the parameter, and second value is considered as an integer type the parameter here. And within the second function, again we are having the two parameters. The first parameter is considered as an integer. Second parameter is considered as a string type of the data here. Means the position of the parameter can be changed. Suppose if you execute this current application, the first parameter is an integer, second parameter is a string type the data here. Then directly it will execute that second function here currently. And suppose if you are providing the first parameter is the string type that parameter, for example, just we are interchanging these two values here. Just we can create one more function as well. That's a calling function. B dot deposit, and we are passing the two parameters again. First parameter is the string type the data. For example, loan account, and we are creating the second parameter, that is 5,000 rupees. Directly it will execute, that's a first function here, because first function having the first parameter, that's a string type of the parameter, and second one is considered as a integer type of the data. Then execute the application. You will get both the results here. Here it is a first one is a second function, and this one is considered as a first function. Here this one is a polymorphism concept here. That polymorphism concept, a single class can contain the multiple functions with the same name and different parameter list. This one is the compile time polymorphism. This structure will be checked at the compilation time here. Then suppose if you are creating the one more feature, there is a runtime polymorphism. Suppose if you are having the another class, for example, just you can consider the another class here. For example, class notification. Just you can create the another class. Let's remove these things here. Within the second class, just we need to send some messages. For example, public wide send is the one method, and currently this method having the some feature console dot write line. Just you can create your logic. Just currently we are printing the statement here, sending notification, sending notification, and within the another class send notification, send notification, and within the second class we are creating the some functions here. For example, that currently creating the child class members. This is a child class member creating the email function. Suppose if you want to send the email notification into the customer. In that situation, we can utilize this particular email function. And we can create the one more method, public, wide. And in this situation, suppose if you want to send notification through the SMS. Here it is a normal text message. Currently, we are creating three functions here. For example, again one more function, public, wide, WhatsApp message. Through WhatsApp, if you want to send the notification. In this situation, we can create the one more function. That's a third function here. Just check here. Close the class. First class, that's a parent class. And the second class is considered as a child class. Here, within the child class, we are having the three functions. One is the email, SMS, and third one is a WhatsApp. And we are creating the some logic here. Currently, we are just displaying the statement sending notification through email. Just email logic can be created here. And SMS through SMS. And we are having the another statement through WhatsApp. WhatsApp message. Here, if a parent class member and child class member having the same name, in that situation, once you call the method through the help of a child class object, then directly it will execute the child class member here. Means we are overriding the feature of the parent class. For example, suppose if you want to send an SMS with multiple classes, that notification can be implemented with multiple classes here. Currently, this class is only representing the if email. Suppose if you are creating the third class, here it is, if this class is only related to SMS. In this situation, this SMS can be implemented within this particular status. And this one is considered as providing the send. Means parent class member and child class member having the same name. Here also we can provide the same method, that is send a notification. And you can create one more third class here for the third message. Here it is a class WhatsApp. And within the second class, you can create the another function. Here it is a WhatsApp message. And this one is again providing the same name. Means if the parent class and child class are having the same function name, that structure is considered as a runtime polymorphism. Notification is the parent class and email is the subclass. We need to provide that is a relationship. That is a notification class. And here also we need to mention that parent class notification class here. Within the third class also we can provide that inheritance technique. That is a notification. Here, once you create the object for the child class, for example, you can create object for the email. Once you create the object for the email class, then directly that email class method will be implemented. Here, just we are calling the send method here. And once you call that particular method, then directly that related functions will be executed. And this notification class having the same name, and this method will be declared as a virtual function. Here it is a virtual function. Public void virtual. Sorry, this one is virtual void send function. And then within the child class, we need to define this method as a override. Means if you want to implement that override with parent class properties, and this keyword will be implemented with the each methods, because we need to override the parent method. Here it is public void override void and send. Then just call the function here. Within the main function, we are creating the object for the email class, and we are sending the email notification into the user. Just to run the application. Here, sending notification through email. Then that function will be override the feature of your parent class property. Currently, this method will be override. Suppose if you are creating the object for the one more class, for example, SMS class, yes is equals to new SMS. Through the SMS, if you want to send the notification, directly you can call the again send function. Here it is, it's called the function and execute that application. We are sending the notification through SMS. Means when we need to implement that method overriding concept here. Suppose if you are already having some logic within the parent class, if you are not satisfying with that particular logic, you can modify that logic within the child class. Currently, we are having the some logic that is a email or SMS or WhatsApp. Just we are sending some logic or some message into the customer, but we are not satisfying with that logic. If you're not satisfying, then you can redefine that method within the child class. That parent class method should be declared as a virtual function. If you want to redefine that method within the child class, and within the child class, if you are redefining that method, which is already defined within the parent class, in that situation, we need to provide one keyword that is a override keyword. Just remember one thing here. Method overloading is related to only single class. Method overriding is related to multiple classes here. That is, inheritance technique will be implemented within the overriding concept. If you're not satisfying with the parent class properties, in that situation, you can redefine those functions within the child class. This structure can have the same parameter list. Check here. Parent class not having any parameters. There is send function not having any parameters. And within the second class, there is a child class also not having any parameters. Function signature will be same here. Function name and parameter list is also same. But overloading function name is same and parameter list will be different here. This feature is considered as a polymorphism concept here. Within the polymorphism, we are having the two types. One is a compile time, another one is a runtime polymorphism. Here, this one is most important topic in the object-oriented programming language that is considered as a ability to take more than one form. Thank you. Keep watching.